I live in a tiny cabin behind this cute, adorable Spanish house, which one of my best friends lives in. I love my cul-de-sac. Come see. This is how you get to my home. It's like through a driveway, squeezing past. I love it. I'm gonna have a great ass by the end of living here because I go up and down these stairs 70 times a day. This cute little place, I live in a cartoon. But it's my cartoon. It's so cruel. It's like, it doesn't have to be like that. I like watched a YouTube video of how to pour over. And you're supposed to wet the thing to get the cardboard flavor out. And then you're supposed to preheat these, but we're not doing that. I love drawer life. Things just disappear. What a vibe. I want to publish a novel and a book of poetry because I want to keep pushing myself, because before I published a memoir, I had imposter syndrome of how could I ever do that. All my heroes write memoirs. It won't be me. But now I've done it 3 times and I've signed another 2-book deal to do 2 more. So like, I now believe that I can do that. But I like the feeling and the freshness and the fear of like, am I allowed to write a novel? Like, that feels big boy. Or like, am I allowed to write a book of poetry? Like, imagine calling yourself a poet. Already, I've written a bunch this year, and it's so fun, and I don't even remember writing them. Because you just wake up, you make your coffee, and I just try to write about, like, I'm not precious about it. It's just like, you're gonna get maybe 5 good poems, but who cares? At least they are born.
Can you read one for us?
Really? Yeah, okay, I'll read a short one.
Or 2.
Let me get a cutie. This one's really short. When I think of getting older, I am not afraid of dying. I am afraid of one brick taken from my house at a time. At what point am I living in ruin? Everything is hand painted 1 for 1. But like, this cup is like $150. So once a year, they do a series called Triple X. And they make ceramics that are porn. Hand painted, and I bought 2. Actually, I bought 1 and my friend bought me.
Like actually porn.
Yeah. I mean, not porn, but like absurd. Like, this is a cowboy riding his own gigantic penis. I love it. Okay? This next one is really crazy. This one is a cowboy getting about to be fooked in the oos. But look, the dick is his dick, so it's kind of like a metaphor for something that I don't know.
Ride your own ride.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
But like Go fuck yourself, cowboy. That sounds like a Casey Musgrave song. My enemy. Don't eat that. You better run. Don't eat that. That was $12. And I know you don't have money. They're not scared enough. They're not scared at all, actually.
City squirrel?
Not scared at all. When I speak from my vulnerable truth, there is a contingent of humanity that needs to hear that. And the safer I feel in myself to say what is true for me, the more people feel seen and say, thank you and I want more. I think one of the biggest things I learned through like tiptoeing into vulnerability and writing in public was that growing up a gay kid in Tennessee, my biggest fear of my life was people finding out about my internal mind. If people found out who I really was, if there was a gotcha moment, my life would fall apart. And that motivated and was the structure of my interior world my whole childhood and adolescence. It's so interesting and not that surprising that like my entire adult life and career have been a response to that and a rebellion from that, where I'm going to be 1 billion% open and honest, and I'll tell you everything all the time. It's this unbelievable rejection of that pain and oppression that I felt growing up, that I can like live in this fullness and bigness of who I am. And in so doing, invite a 22-year-old gay kid in Alabama to feel like he's going to be okay. And he's still going to be good, because that was my biggest fear. So I Googled how much coffee is how much coffee is too much coffee? Like, can you die?
Yeah.
And there is too much. I mean, not maybe some people can handle more, but they said that the lethal limit, because I drink a lot of coffee, so I was like, is 25 cups.
On my 19th cup of coffee.
I know.
Better pump the brakes, Dad.
The Thoreau quote is, "For a man is rich in proportion to the number of things he can afford to let alone." And I think about, I know some very money-rich people who are like so stressed about 50 properties and 3 businesses, and this person's hiring and firing, and then they're working 200 hours a week, and then, okay, sure, they can go on a yacht once a year, and that's cool, but they're like not free in their days. They're like sweating blood all the time. What is the quote? It's like, I've seen more tears cried over answered prayers than unanswered prayers. And it's like, that makes so much sense to me, because we don't actually know what we want. I've seen it in LA more than anything. People dream of being famous. They dream of winning a Grammy. They dream of this. And then they get the answered prayer and they're miserable because they thought that would soothe or correct the spiritual injury that they have or whatever they're longing for. This is me when I write, which is I feel naked and I'm pulling a thorn, because this is called Boy with a Thorn in His Foot. It's like a famous statue. There's something bothering you that's like screwing up your walk, and you need to sit down and get that thorn out, but it'll feel like you're naked doing it. My current book, it's called Mother Nature, and it's about, so my mother is an incredible person, and we are diametrically opposed in every way. Like, besides the fact that she's fun, she is like a evangelical, doomsday, rapture, Trump Christian. I am a raging, liberal, coastal, annoying, queer, whiny, internet millennial. And one of the things that really came into clear relief, this like thing that's happening in our country where like it's imperative like to confront people on their political beliefs or their religious beliefs, and if they don't agree with you or they don't support you in your fullness and your truth, then they are toxic and therefore they must be removed from your life. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if I'll ever agree with my mom on these things or she'll ever support my sexuality or certain things, but I love her. And I don't want to like abandon her, and I don't want her to abandon me. She's my mother. And so one way to like defang her and defang the concept of mother and its power over me was I wanted to get to know her as a young woman. And when my mom was in her early 30s, she met my dad and they walked across America. Like big adventure. They were on the cover of National Geographic. They got a divorce after this when I was very young. And so like a lot of this big adventure was painful for her because it was like the love of her life and the father of her children that turned out really hard. So there was just so much about this, her biggest adventure, that I didn't know. And so I was like, Mom, let's retrace your steps, and I want to learn about you when you were a young woman before I was born. Because I feel like a lot of people don't do that with their parents. They never really know their parent as a person. And so that's what this book is about, is like confronting my mother in our differences and getting to know her as a 30-year-old friend is very hard and very intense.
Did you get the thorn out of your foot?
I think I did. This is like truly pulling a thorn out of my foot. Like I can't even believe. Truly, I mean, as a writer, I draw inspiration from reading great writing. Like, I love being jealous. I'm like, ugh, how could they write like this? Devastating. I like that feeling because it makes me want to try. And then I've got to write my next book, which is me disconnecting from the world and like documenting the detox and what my brain does when I'm actually present and not connected to the world in that way, and just to see the clarity that comes from it. I want to be kind to my own mind, and I want to know, am I like hurting myself with this much connection and internet? Maybe. I want to find out. I want to feel it. And I think a lot of people wish, God, I wish I could just go into a cabin for 2 months and not talk to anybody. What an interesting and kind of smart way to evolve. It's like you could just grow strong branches and then dangle leaves. You don't have to like push them up. That takes effort.